So during the Crusades, arguably the best time in human history, because of, the racism and the religious persecution, there lived two knights by the name of Leon Kennedy, sorry, Leon Belmont, and Matthias, who gives a crap what his last name is. And they were knights, because Templars and all that stuff, the Crusades was going on. And, but they weren't regular ass knights, they were special knights, because they were like the Batman of that generation. They were like special and awesome, kill monsters, that crap. Anyway, one day Matthias's wife died, and he became all depressed, and then he became all reclusive and just chilled out in his house and didn't do anything. Meanwhile, Leon was out here like killing monsters and just being overall badass. Anyway, a couple, months or years later, Leon's wife gets kidnapped by this one vampire whose name is Walter. Because he's a middle-aged white guy. I don't know why his name is Walter. But she gets kidnapped. So Matthias goes up to Leon and he's just like, yo, bro, your wife was kidnapped. You want to go rescue her ass? And Leon was just like, yep. So he runs off to Walter's castle. And as he's going over there, he meets this guy by the name of Gandolfi. And Gandolfi, his wife, was just like, oh, I was also kidnapped by freaking Walter, but she died. And in order to get his revenge, Gandolfi made a whip, but he's unable to use it because of reasons. So he instead just gives it off to Leon. And Leon's just like, thanks, bro. I'm gonna go avenge your wife and rescue mine. So he runs off to the castle. He like fights all these mythical creatures, regular ass Castlevania stuff. And he reaches Walter, and then they have a scuffle. But it turns out that Leon can't actually kill Walter, because Walter is too powerful and the whip is not powerful enough to kill him. But Walter, being a very generous dude, he's just like, I don't give a damn. He gives the wife back to Leon. And Leon's just like overjoyed, and he's just like, yay, I rescued my wife. So he takes her back to Gandolfi, and Gandolfi's just like, hey, yo, bro, I'm sorry, but your wife, she a vampire. Walter made her into one. And then Leon is just like having an existential crisis and everything. And then Leon's wife is just like, oh, I don't want to be a vampire, so I'm gonna try to go kill myself. And then Leon's just like, wait, don't do that, because of reasons. So she's just like, hey, I have an idea. How about, right, Leon kills me, and that will in turn make the whip more powerful for some reason. And then Leon agrees to this, so bing bada boom, she dies, whip is more powerful now, and now he's able to kill more monsters. Anyway, Leon heads back to the castle, Walter's castle, and he goes over there, he fights all the monsters again, blah blah blah, regular ass Castlevania stuff. And then he goes up to Matthias, and Matthias is just like, did you enjoy my present? And then Leon's just like, I'ma kill your ass. And then they fight, and then Leon does in fact kill his ass. But then, plot twist, freaking Death just pops out of nowhere. And Death is just like, yoink, and basically steals Walter's soul, I guess. Even if do vampires even have souls? Doesn't matter. Anyway, he steals his like power, essence, soul, whatever you want to call it. And then he shoves inside this like rock. And then he gives the rock to Matthias, who suddenly appears there as well. And Matthias puts on the rock, and suddenly he transforms himself into a vampire because he absorbed all of Walter's powers. So now Matthias is the vampire. Anyway, it turns out that Matthias was angry that his wife died, so he became angry at God for killing his wife inadvertently. It's complicated. So he decided to become a vampire in order to live forever. And he did that by the most convoluted plan I have ever heard. basically what he did was he got this stone thingo, right? Then he bound death to himself somehow. Then he used the stone, he gave it to death, and then Matthias basically manipulated everything so that Leon's wife would get kidnapped by Walter, so that Leon would kill Walter, so that death would capture Walter's soul, and so that Matthias would take the power of Walter and become a vampire. Like I said, it's complicated as hell. Basically, end result is Matthias killed Leon's wife and became a vampire. Ugh. Anyway, so Matthias is just like, hey, yo, Leon, we still bros though, right? And then Leon's just like, nope. But then Matthias is just like, hey, if you want, I'll turn your ass into a vampire too, and you could be immortal as well. But Leon's just like, nope, I'ma kill your ass. So Matthias is just like, oh well, I tried, and then leaves. But there's still Death just chilling. So freaking Leon kills Death. But since it's Death, Death cannot die, so he comes back later on. The important thing is that Leon somehow managed to kill Death. That's the most important thing. Anyway, after that, Leon is just like, yo, Matthias, just so you know, my descendants will hunt your ass down and kill your ass.
This whip and my kinsmen will destroy you someday. From this day on, the Belmont clan will hunt the night.
And then, that's the promise he made. And then Leon went on to live a happy life or whatever. And then had children of his own. Whatever. Anyway, Dracula, for some reason, decided to move to Romania and change his name to Vlad Tepes. By the way, if you didn't catch on already, Matthias equals Dracula. Duh. Anyway, he just moves to Romania and then straight up chills for like 400 years. This man does nothing. He doesn't bother anyone. He's just chilling in his own ass castle. Anyway, 400 years go by, and he meets this one chick whose name is like Elizabeth or Elizabetha or whatever her name is. Anyway, they fall in love somehow, even though he's a vampire, but whatever. Still a better love story than Twilight. Anyway, they fall in love, and then they have a half vampire, half human son named Alucard, who I will probably talk about in another video, but not today. The church decides that, oh, since freaking Dracula is a vampire, that means his wife is a witch, because logic just flew out the window for some reason. They claim that she's a witch because she uses like forbidden knowledge or some crap like that. Anyway, they burn her ass. And for some reason, Alucard was there, but he didn't save his mother because reasons that I can't quantify. I don't know why he didn't save her, by the way. It's like, whatever. Anyway, Dracula like comes back from his like sabbatical or whatever and sees what the church did, so he's just like, oh hell no. And then he like declares war on the entire world. And then he like summons up all his hordes of monsters and basically attacks everything. Basically his plan is everybody gonna die. So, you know, he's a good villain that way. Anyway, hordes begin to attack, you know, revenge for his wife's death, blah blah blah. Up until the point of Trevor Belmont. But that's also getting into the Castlevania series. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my discussion on Dracula's origin. If you did like it, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that nonsense. And I'll be seeing you next time. Goodbye. Also, happy Halloween.